That is what happened though. See where I put my hand. A brother sent in a message now about what happened to her, and he needs an advice, urgent counsel. Just hang on so that we'll be able to hear the story and tell him, advise him or her. Not her, advise him on what to just so that we'll be able to grasp the story. Honestly, I don't know who to talk to. I feel like my whole world is crashing down and I don't know who to turn to. I have been married to my wife for past 2 years now. Despite ups and downs, I've always believed we have something together and that thing is solid. So she has a child from a previous relationship, and recently we welcomed our first baby together, and I thought things are finally going to get better. Okay, her pregnancy was extremely difficult. She was sick the entire time, and I took it upon myself to take care of her. It took a great toll on us, on our relationship, because we barely had intimacy because of how weak and unwell she was throughout the pregnancy. And though I missed it and I missed the connection, I never pressurized her. I never pressured her. I focused on taking care of her and preparing for our new life together as parents. But now everything has changed. A few days ago, she told me she was going back to her father's house to do something that she put off. She forgot to put off something because I've been taking turns to take care of the house from the father. Okay, we often have sit for him, so it seemed like no big deal. She left in the afternoon and was gone for a long time. But since we were in the middle of moving, I was busy packing and I didn't think too much of it. That night came, and for a moment I thought she was not going to come back. Then she walked in. But from the moment she walked in, I sensed that something had happened. I sensed that something was wrong. I sensed that something was off. She looked uncomfortable, like I was holding that, like she was holding something back. I asked her if she was okay. I reassured her that she could tell me anything. At first, she was hesitant. Then she admitted that she had lied to me. Lies in relationships. She hadn't gone to her father's house. She had gone to see a man, someone she dated and someone she cheated on with her past boyfriend. Okay? I felt my heart stop. My mind went completely blank. Before I could even react, she rushed to explain. She said the only reason why she went to see him was because she wanted to apologize for things that happened to them in the past, that happened between them in the past, that she wanted to apologize for it to be forgotten. She claimed it was just a normal closure. I couldn't understand why she would tell me lies about this. I've always been a type of a person that lets my wife take her own decision and do what she wanted to do, even when I don't agree with them. I've never tried to control her. I asked her why she didn't just tell me the truth about where she was going to, and she said nothing real. She didn't make any real meaning to the question I asked her. That's when I knew something was really, really wrong. Listen very well. Then she dropped another bombshell. She told me that when she arrived, the guy grabbed her, and as soon as she got to the door, he started forcing himself on her. I felt my entire body shut down. This was my wife, the mother of my child. This was the last thing I ever expected to hear. I told her to stop talking for a minute because I needed my breath. I needed to catch my breath. I couldn't process what she was saying. I didn't even know how to react. How will you react in that kind of a situation? Who will know how to react? After some time, I asked her to continue. She said she told him that they shouldn't be doing this. She also said she told him not even a few times. Said she was trying hard to keep a level head, but according to her, she could not, But then she told me something that completely broke me when she said that he used a condom. She said that he used a condom. At that moment, I felt like I was going insane. How did she sit there and watch him put on a condom instead of running, instead of fighting, instead of doing anything? My mind started racing. If she was truly scared, how did she allow things to go that far? Uh-huh. How did she allow things to go that far? I didn't want to ask any more details, but I already felt like I had had too much. I didn't know what to believe. And I hated myself for even questioning her story. What a good man. She told me she froze, that she felt helpless. She said the man was big and that she couldn't fight him off. I wanted to believe her. I really do. But something about this entire situation doesn't seem right with me. Since she told me I haven't slept properly, my mind keeps replaying everything she told me over and over again. And I kept picturing her with this man, the man she had a history with, the man she lied to me about. I felt betrayed. I felt confused. I felt disgusted. To make things even more complicated, after this happened, but before she told me the whole story, we had had one of our most passionate nights of sex we have not had in months. She was even the one that initiated it, which is very rare of her. At the time, I felt happy, relieved, like we were reconnecting again. But now that I knew what happened, I feel sick. It makes me feel like a fool. I don't know what to do. I want to be there for her because if she's saying the truth, she went through something horrific. But I also feel like she betrayed me. I feel like she made a choice to go there. And now everything is falling apart because of it. I have no one to talk to about this. No family, no friend, no close relations. And I have bipolar disorder. And I'm not on medication right now. Normally, I manage fine. But this has set me into a terrible spiral. My mind won't stop racing. I feel I'm losing myself. I don't even know why I'm writing this. Maybe I just need someone to tell me what to do because I am completely shattered. What does he do? This was a message that was sent to us by a brother whose wife had this experience. Of course, he had the story of what happened to her. How she told the man that she was going to the father's house because they usually go there to have seat for him. The man believed her. She said she forgot to put off something, so she went there. As she got there, she didn't come back until late. And the man said because they were planning to move house, that he didn't give it too much of a thought. Then the lady came back late in the night. But that he looked at her, he knew that something terrible had happened. She couldn't tell him. She said that night they had one of the most wonderful experiences they've ever had in their lives. And she was one that initiated the sex. And that he thought things were beginning to get fine, that they were going to reconnect. I'm sure they were beginning to reconnect back. Before she told him this horrible story about how she went to the man's house and how the man pushed her and how the man fought her, how the man wore a condom. And the question is that if the man wore a condom indeed, what were you doing? Were you just sitting there waiting for him to wear the condom? Couldn't you have got it away? Couldn't you have run away? Couldn't you have done something if you were not interested in the thing? That is where the man's medulla oblongata is scattering. So he has been thinking of this and playing it over and over in his brain, and that he hasn't been able to understand it. That he feels cheated. He feels betrayed. He feels that she could have done something. She could have done better. And I believe with him too. She could have done better. I remember this lady is a mother of one. He married her as a mother of one. And they have just had their first child together. And this thing is happening. What do you think? What do you think this guy should do? That is what he's here for. He said we should please advise him on what to do in this kind of situation. Does he leave this lady or does he stay manage with her? How does he believe her? Remember that this same man he cheated on him with. She already cheated on her ex with this same guy. Then what are you still doing with this guy? Is that not what we're talking about? Everything that resembles weakness for you or resembles temptation, do away with it. If you have moved on, what are you still doing with your ex's phone number? The person that you cheated with when you were going out with your ex, why are you still returning his phone number till now? Or how did he reach you? Why are you still maintaining communication with him? Now you have cheated on your present partner with the guy again. And you are saying he forced you, but he wore a condom. But meanwhile, when you were going, you told your partner you were going to your father's house to have seat for him. Nah, there is more to this story. What do you advise your fellow man? What do you advise your brother? Please drop all your advice at the comment section there or come up to the screen and let us know what you think about this matter. Because the guy says he doesn't even know that he has a bipolar disorder and he has been managing that bipolar disorder without any medication. But because of this matter now, that he's not able to control, he's not able to manage again. A lot of issues with their newborn baby. So what do you advise him to do? Does he leave this woman? Or what does he do? He's confused. So please drop your own counsel at the comment section, drop your views, drop your own advice. And if there's anything you have to tell him, because I told him that the lady is not a good person. Yes, he should find out what made her to break up with the father of her single daughter, single child, the single child she came with. He should find out why they broke up, so that same thing that made them to break up will not make him to break up with her. And depending on, and the relationship is just 2 years old, then depending on how truthful the lady has been in the relationship, he should be able to know whether what she told him is the truth or whether she, half truth is not truth. And that is what we say. We also emphasize on being open to your partner. Be open. Tell him, take him into your confidence. Tell him the whole truth in every situation. Now that you went ahead, told a lie in the first instance, you are going to the father's house. From father's house, you ended up with a man that you cheated with. You cheated with that guy. You have a history of having cheated with him in the past. And you went back to see him for what? What is your reason for going back to him? That you went to settle for a closure. What kind of a closure could you not have done on phone? What kind of a closure could you have done on text messages? You have to present yourself physically. A married woman with a child and with a baby you already imported from the previous relationship. So that is why we're here. We say we're not going to wait until it is our normal time for meeting. We're going to bring it as they're hot, because the guy is at the conversation. They're waiting for your own counsel, waiting for your advice, waiting for ideas on what to do. So please drop whatever thing you want, you think he should do in this kind of situation. Drop it at the comment section for him to pick up and take a proper decision. This is Kechyvibes matchmaking and love relationship platform. We'll come to find connection, come to find love, come to find relationship, come to find partners, and come to learn how to make our relationships to become sweet, joyful, vibrant, and lasting. We also take counsel. We also give people advice. We also bring views, ideas, challenges that has to do with relationship. Bring it to the field here, or bring it to the floor here for everybody to, have their own input, contribute, advise, give counsel, for everybody to get to know. Please like this video, share it, so that other people that see this video will be able to give him an advice. This is a service to humanity. You are helping. No man can tell who you will help with this kind of variety. So if you are here and you want a partner, normally anytime we are live, it's a time for matchmaking. If you are here, you want a partner, you can come up to the screen, tell us your name, your age, location, blog, regional type, what you do for a living, describe the kind of a partner you want, tell us the age range of the partner you want. Who knows, she may be or he may be at the comment section there waiting for you, and connection will just take place immediately. Or you can join us in our community where we do matchmaking. After this live, I'm going to drop a link at the comment section that will take you straight to our community where we do matchmaking. Yes, your partner might even be there waiting for you. Or You can drop all your information at the comment section. Your name, age, location, blog, genotype, what to do for a living. Drop all of them at the comment section. I'll pick it up there and work on it for you and get your partner. But describe your partner and tell us the age range. Don't forget to put the sex, because so that we don't know whether you are a guy or a woman. So we need to know that you are looking for a guy or you are looking for a lady. So far, so good. What do you have to say about this our brother's challenge? He's waiting for you for your counsel. So after this live, I'm going to drop a link that will take you to our community where we do matchmaking. You can join us there. It's a vibrant community. It's fun there with the pie depression there. So when you come with us, you flow with us, you bond with us, and never can tell. So as I said, this is what we brought this hot afternoon for you people to have an input, help your brother in need so that he will be sorted. And if you are just joining now, I might just run down the story again so that you get to know, get to hear it, and so you get to know exactly what I'm talking about and drop your own advice. Just listen very well. I'll just do a fast one. Okay. Okay. Just listen carefully. I'll do a fast one in case you're just joining now and you don't know what you're talking about, so that you'll be able to give your own advice. You can come to the screen and tell us. I honestly don't know who to talk to. I feel like the whole world is crashing down and I have no one to turn to. I have been married to my wife for 2 years now. Despite the ups and downs, I have always been solid with her. I have always been with her, and I've always known that we have something solid going on. She has a child from a previous relationship, and I love that child like my own. Just recently, we welcomed our first baby together, and I thought things were finally getting better with us. Her pregnancy was extremely difficult. She was sick and tired and weak the entire time. It took a toll on both of us. We barely had any intimacy because of how weak and how unwell she was. And though I missed the connection, I never pressurized her and I never pressured her. I focused on taking care of her and preparing for our life together as parents. But now everything has changed. A few days ago, she told me she had left something on at her father's house and needed to go turn it off. We often house sit for him, so it seems like no big deal. She left in the afternoon and was gone for a long time. But since we were in the middle of moving, I was busy packing and I didn't think too much of it. That night she came home, and from the moment she walked in, I knew something was off. She looked uncomfortable, like she was holding something back. I asked her if she was okay. I reassured her that she could tell me anything. At first, she hesitated. Then she admitted that she had lied to me. She hadn't gone to see her father. She hadn't gone to her father's house. She had gone to see a man, someone she had cheated on her ex with in the past. I felt my heart stop. My mind went completely blank. Before I could even react, she rushed to explain. She said the only reason she went was because she wanted to apologize for things that happened between them in the past. She claimed it was for closure. I couldn't understand why she could tell me lies about this. I've always been the kind of a person to let my wife take her own decision, even when I don't agree with them. I have never tried to control her. I asked her why she just didn't tell me the truth about where she was going to, and she said no real answer. That's when I knew something was really, really wrong. She then dropped another bombshell. She told me that when she arrived, the guy grabbed her as soon as she got to the door and started forcing himself on her. I felt my entire body shut down. This was my wife, the mother of my child. This was the last thing I ever expected to hear from her. I told her to stop talking for a minute because I needed to breathe. I couldn't process what she was saying. I didn't even know how to react. After some time, I asked her to continue. She said, I told her we shouldn't be doing this. She also said that she told him this many times. I was trying hard to keep a level head, to be there for her. But then she told me something that completely broke me, and she said, he used a condom. At that moment, I felt like I was going insane. How did she sit there and watch him put a condom instead of running, instead of fighting, instead of doing anything? My mind started racing. If she was truly scared, how did she let it go that far? I didn't want to ask her any more details, but I already felt like I had had too much. I didn't know what to believe, and I hated myself for even questioning her story. She told me she froze, that she felt helpless. She said the man was big and she couldn't fight him off. I wanted to believe her, I really do, and I want to believe her. But something about this entire situation doesn't sit right with me. Since she told me I haven't slept properly, my mind keeps replaying everything over and over again. I keep picturing her in with the man, and the man she said she has history with, the man she lied to me about. I feel betrayed. I feel confused and disgusted. To make things even more complicated, after this happened, but before she told me about this story, we had one of the most passionate nights of sex we've had in months. She was the one that even initiated it, which is what she really does. At the time, I felt happy, relieved, like we were reconnecting again. But now that I know what happened, I feel sick. It makes me feel like a fool. I don't know what to do. I want to be there for her, because if she is telling the truth, she went through something horrific. But I also feel she betrayed me. I feel like she made a choice to go there, and now everything is falling apart because of it. You see, I have no one to talk to about this. No family, no close friends. I have bipolar disorder, and I'm not taking any medication now. Normally, I manage fine without medication, but this story, this incident has set me into a terrible spiral. My mind won't stop racing. I feel like I'm losing myself. I don't know why I'm writing this. Maybe I just need someone to tell me what to do, because I am completely shattered. And that is why we are here. Please tell him what to do. What does he do? What step does he take? What decision does he make? Does she leave this woman and take his baby? Or does he believe her and take her and pretend nothing has happened? Or please drop your own ideas. The man truly loves her, and she went ahead and did this. Why? But then I was looking at it in this way. Fumi, thank you for that comment. Yeah, for you to have observed that, thank you. But I'm also thinking that way, because, and maybe the lady too is good for her to have confessed. It's not every lady that will come and confess what happened. It's not every person. Maybe the man should give her, because their marriage is just 2 years. Maybe he may still watch her, but he still have it at the back of his mind that this thing has happened, and find out what to do so that it never happens again. Well, it's left to us to advise him on what to do. The only advice I gave him was to run, run. That was the advice I gave him. But then I don't know it all. As you are coming up with the fact that the man truly loves her, yes. And that love might make him to go to the extent of finding out what really went wrong. How did it happen? Why didn't she tell him before going to the man's house? Why did he have to hide it? What is the problem? Okay, what's the story what is it? You should find out all these details. Of course, the marriage is just 2 years old. It's still within the turbulent period. Normally, when you are starting off with a marriage, 5 years into that marriage is usually very problematic, because it's the period you people are studying each other, getting to know each other, and a lot of things can go wrong at that time. And if you can scale through the first 5 years of your marriage without it breaking down, the tendency for you to continue for a long time will be very high. So this turbulent period, maybe he should just give you the benefit of the doubt, accept her for her words, and then watch her. Okay? Fumi says she still have the guts to talk. Yeah, so she still has the guts to talk about condom. If it was rape, she would have screamed, and probably there will have been bruises. Of course, that's what the man. That is what the man said. Is scattering his brain. Is scattering his medulla oblongata. That how did she sit down there? The man put on the condom. She didn't fight. She didn't struggle. She didn't scream. She didn't run. She didn't do anything. She sat down there, and the man was putting on the condom, and she was waiting. And she's saying that the man forced her. That is the story. Get as it be, but well, I'm still waiting for our people to tell us or to advise the man on what to do, so that the man doesn't say he's completely shattered. He cannot even, doesn't have anybody to talk to, doesn't have anybody to, no friends, no brothers, no relations to ask. So she now brought it to us in the house for us to help him, advise him on what to do. Please drop your own idea, drop your own suggestion on what you think he should do, so that he'll be able to take a proper decision. This is Kechyvibes Matchmaker and Love Relationship Platform. We come to find connection, come to find love, come to find relationship, come to find our soulmates, and learn how to make a relationship to become sweet, enjoyable, vibrant, and lasting. Anytime where life is time for matchmaking. Oh, I can see my brother, I can see Mr. Martin, Mr. Martin. Okay, you don't. Mr. Martin says, I don't believe her. I'm of the feeling that let her be. She is not your type. She has a price tag that makes her to stay with you. Okay, so call it quits now before things goes out of hand. End it tight. End it right now with her. She may have more things she is still hiding. Please take cover now that you have the time. That was my advice to her. That was my advice to him. I advised him that this girl, this lady, she has not told you the truth. Remember that she's a single, she's a mother and has a child already. He married her with her with her child. So nobody knows what happened. How did she break up with the father of her baby? And she ended up with you, and now she's pulling this stunt right now. Okay. The spirit of loss can be repaid and fulfilled engagement might be led to domestic violence too. That's what Mr. Agbola is telling us. Okay, it is, he will see it all. The guy will soon see it. Stay away from such inglorious woman which can't be matrimoniously controlled. That's it. You are going somewhere as a married woman. I didn't tell your husband you were going somewhere. That was why I told him, just stay away from that woman. Just quit the relationship. That was what I told him. But then he still said I should bring it to the family for us to advise him, for people to advise him. It's too, anyway. At the end of the day, I'm sure he'll be able to take a proper counsel. So thank you very much for coming. Those of us that are from platform, please, the code right now, because we are giving codes. Anytime we come live, people come live with us, we give code. The code now is 10, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12, 13. 10, 11, 12, 13. That's the code. When they ask you of the code, remember to say that the code is 10, 11, 12, 13. 10, 11, 12, 13. That's the code, because we are collecting people that come to support us on live. When you come live, we give you a code. That code is something that we want to use for something in the platform. So if you are here, you are from the family, from the platform, please remember that the code is 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so thank you very much. This is just it. We quickly had to do this today because the guy came with this story and we needed to address it immediately. And thank you for being there. Thank you for your advice. Thank you for your counsel. It's a service to humanity. You don't know what you may have done for him. Say he doesn't have anybody to talk to. That's why he came to talk to us. And thank you for honoring this invitation, even at this quick period, at this short period of notice. You were able to honor it, and you did well for your brother. God bless you. Thank you very much. See you anytime there is any call for attention like this. Will always come. Apart from our specific days that will come live, we can just come up anytime there's a need for us to bring something to the public domain, for people to give counsel, give advice, give suggestion. We always bring it up. And anytime you see us send alert, if you are there and you have the chance, please come and make your own contribution and go. You never can tell who will be helping. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.